And let's see, here we go. Welcome to Candace Speaks Power. We're a new channel, and we're here to do some recaps of reality TV. We dissect, we discuss, we give our opinions, we work as a community, we talk about it together. We are here to lift up, not tear down, but we're going to keep it real. We can only talk about what we see, correct? And that's what we're going to do. But again, we're here to lift everyone up. And we're not here to tear anyone down. Today, we are going to be talking about ladies who list Atlanta. Now, you know, it's already wrapped up. They've had their reunion. Should they have a second season is my question. Should they have a second season? Quiana Watson quit the show. First season. No show at the reunion. A no show. That's just not a good look. But she did it. Did ladies who list Atlanta give you what you were looking for? Was it the show you were thinking it was going to be? Because it wasn't really for me. It wasn't really for me. Let me play a little bit of their first episode. Let's see if we can get this to go. Because the first 3 episodes kind of say it all to me. Check it out.
I got to describe Atlanta in 2 words. It is black excellence.
I am in the top 5% of real estate agents in Georgia.
It's amazing to see women in this industry smashing it.
Right? Look at this. This is what I wanted to see. Black excellence. Black women just doing it.
What if we create the biggest, baddest brokerage that Atlanta has ever seen? Black women. One force.
You don't play in the sandbox very well.
Do not make me throw this on you.
So we're looking at realtors, brokers, closing attorneys, sisters in Atlanta. Isn't this exciting? Okay, we're going to stop right there for now. We're going to stop right there because this was the goal. Y'all have to excuse me if I'm working this here. This was the goal. We wanted to see this black women dominating real estate in Atlanta. Right? To me, this show should have been like $1 million listing. That's what I was looking for. I was excited to see the ins and out, the luxury, the fabulosity of real estate. Because, you know, real estate can make you wealthy. Real estate can give you stability. Real estate is your home. Some people's one home for life. It's such a big deal. And then when you're talking about black women, entrepreneurs, beautiful, bad, coming on the scene and showing you how they do it in Georgia and Atlanta, that's what I was looking for. It's just not what I got. Is it what you got? Is it what you were thinking? Is it what you thought you were going to see? That's the question. Is it what you thought you were going to see? Because, sorry, I kind of got the reality housewife vibe. Reality housewives vibe. all the fighting, the cackling, the bantering back and forth. It just wasn't what I was looking for. And it's not a good look. Why? Why do we have to do that? Let's go on with this. Let me just give you a little bit more of just a little bit of episode 1. Let's see here. Let's keep going. Let me just give you what we saw in the first episode.
What if we create
Oops.
the baddest brokerage that Atlanta
That's
has ever
it.
seen?
Okay.
Black women, one force.
You don't play in the sandbox very well.
You think every other is a miscongeniality?
Bob, you're triggered.
No.
You're triggered.
Okay, let me just say right now. This one right here, Crystal, we're going to talk about her on another day, probably tomorrow, because no, you don't need a friend like her. I'm just saying.
Allow me to jump to the point. Would you be willing to do dinner with Robin? Now, I don't know Robin.
She had the opportunity to come through for me, and she didn't.
Wait, the only reason I would go to the event because I know she wants something from me, and I can't wait to tell her.
That's Quiana. You have Robin, you have Crystal, you have Quiana. This is Crystal. This is Robin. For those who haven't really followed this show. We're going to start right there. Boom. Let's leave that up. Okay. It didn't kind of give me what I was looking for. Black excellence. Now it's there, and there were possibilities for it, but we really didn't just get it. Sorry, y'all. I'm playing on this screen. Let's do it right here. It gave you the reality housewives vibe. But it was still a fun show to watch. It was just disappointing, but then, okay, I wanted to see more. This show today is specifically about Quiana. And I wanted to get on today because I didn't want too much time to go by, because if Quiana sees this, I just hope it helps her. I hope it gives her a different insight, a different look of what could have been done versus what she tried to do or what she has done. Although I understand, I get it. Because just like those of us who were looking for the Black excellence, these women, professional, successful entrepreneurs doing it in Atlanta and selling prime real estate and getting together and celebrating their wins, we got fights and confrontations, and she was in the middle of it. And the sad part is so not her. Quiana is bad. She is every bit of the luxury, the beauty, the excellence, the professionalism. She has multi-million-dollar businesses, not just one. She is motivated. She's goal-oriented. She literally, I just started her brokerage. She's a real estate broker, and she started like maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. She went from being an agent to being a broker, and it's blown up over the years because Quiana has what you call the it factor. She does. Out of all the ladies on that show, and every single one of them deserve their flowers, honey. They're all bad. They're all pretty, beautiful, actually. They dress into the nines. They're all independent women, entrepreneurs, right? So you have Robin, broker. Robin's your blonde, okay? You have Tiffany, a closing attorney for real estate. Then you have Quiana. We're not going to say Quiana yet. You have Tiana, luxury agent. You have Kira. She's the youngster in the group. She can mature a little bit more. But luxury agent. Then you have Crystal. Crystal, she's some work, honey. But She's still doing the doggone thing. She's always been independent. She's never wanted to work for anybody. She's always worked for herself. And she is a closing attorney. Every single one I just mentioned, they're all bad in their own right. They're all beautiful in their own right. But they can't hold that show by themselves. Not one of them. Not one of them can step into the star position. You know who was the star of that show? To me, it's my opinion. Feel free to give your opinion. Quiana. And let me just say this, Quiana, is not because of anything you did. It's because you showed up, period. When you have an it factor, all you have to do is show up. There's something that's showering over you that says boss from the beginning. It says stunning, it says bad, and it commands attention. When you speak, people listen. And it says star. When you think of the show, everything that you represent, everything Quiana represents, is the show. Multi-million-dollar businesses, luxury living, a home with a husband and family, bonus children, fabulous parties, poise, beauty, professionalism, success. You're the whole nutshell of the whole entire show. Everything about Quiana represented what I thought the show was going to be about. And was already to start. The problem is, I'm assuming producers, they desire conflict for ratings. It kind of reminds me of Jerry Springer. Y'all remember Jerry Springer? Remember Jerry Springer in the beginning, and he was more like just a regular talk show, and people would spread their business and everything. And then do you remember the time, the day, and I'm probably aging myself, but do you remember the day when he allowed fighting on his show? And they showed the preview when that person was going to throw that first swing or whatever. Did not everybody, millions of people, wait for that show just to watch it, including me, on the edge of our seats? Because who fought on TV? This is how far back we're going, okay? But who fought on TV? And then that became his thing, and then it became his real thing. It became scripted, and all they did was fight, and people were prepped to fight, and that just became ridiculous and stupid. Okay, well, that's kind of how reality TV, I'm sorry, I love reality TV, I do. But this is kind of how reality TV is turning out, our Real Housewives. And I think that's why all of their ratings are diving. Let's just be real. A lot of us who really loved watching all of our reality TV shows, our housewife shows from the beginning, we're kind of getting bored with the rah-rah. And then here you go, producers. Here you go with a brand new show with these magnificent women. And you want them to take themselves back to the days when they lived in projects instead of show how well they've evolved. And unfortunately, I don't know what makes us people do it. Is it the money? Is it the allure of television that says I'll give it to them? Okay, if you already have the money, why are we doing it? So this is what I'm going to say for Quiana, and I say this in love. I really do, Quiana. I think Quiana has a boss mentality, and that's not a bad thing, because when you're a boss, you make your own decisions, and you're normally making the right decisions. You're making it for that next level. We're leveling up. We're moving forward, and we're going to steamroll through. We're going to make it happen, and that's exactly what she does. And she's going to be beautiful when she does it. Wow, she's doing it. Then she puts herself in an environment where actually now you're kind of having to answer to somebody else's tune, but you really didn't. You didn't, because you're the talent. And you were actually the star. I feel like you went there to win. I feel like you went there to be the star, not recognizing that you were already the star. And you kind of gave them what they were looking for. And it didn't look good. It was kind of a shock to me. So when the first conflict, which we were seeing on that couch, I don't know if we saw it yet. I'll probably play it for you. When the first conflict happened, it was Quiana going back and forth with Robin. I like Robin. I think Robin is just as real and authentic and just full of energy, and she's a firecracker. And we'll talk about her because this is going to be a 3-part series because this is very more serious to me. This is serious, and I want to talk about Quiana today. So, Quiana, you responded to situations not quite with the decorum, as you would call it, and that it should have been. Not quite with that decorum. And it had to be for TV because I just know you're better than that. I think she was better than that. Don't y'all think she was better? But she does the back and forth about the contracts. And I understand how serious it was. But you keep putting that whole business. She put that whole business on Robin's back. You didn't care about my business. You didn't care about I was going to open my business. We were friends. I've known. See, it might be a little more emotional for her because she did know Robin previously. Robin sold a house for her years ago. Was friends with her husband's friend. So they were friends. Or friendly. And Quiana was going through a transition of getting her broker's license. And it's during the pandemic. So this is really recent that she's blown up. I'm happy for her. I'm so proud. I love winners. I love to watch her win, right? She needed somewhere to hang her license for like 30 days while we're going through the pandemic and everything was slowed up. And she asked Robin, who was already a broker, had been a broker for years, if she could put her charts there. I think it was 26 charts. And she said that Robin said she was going to charge her $500 a chart. Really? Does that even sound right? Is there anybody out there that is a real estate agent or a broker or even just works in the real estate world? Is there anybody out there that's just a good friend? Does that sound like something you would do to a friend? That does. A comment Quiana made was it sounds predatory. It does. It's like you're trying to bleed somebody. It sounds like you don't like them. Well, you're not willing to help somebody just put their charts under your license for a few days, and you know she's reputable, and she just needs somewhere to put it until she can put it in her own spot in the next few weeks. You might charge them something random, but you're not going to charge them $500 to chart. I don't believe that. So anyway, that took Quiana back, took her aback, pissed her off, and she held on to it for an entire year. Okay, let me just say this, because y'all know this is Candace Speaks Power, so that nobody makes this mistake. We have to learn from our mistakes. Clarity would have washed that away the same day. When you hold on to stuff and you assume, you can make a fool of yourself. And then you're just holding this hard burden on your shoulders that's so unnecessary. So she did for a whole year. So the whole purpose of these ladies getting together is because Robin wanted to gather the girls together with this and pitch this business idea to them for all of them to come together and be this huge, dominating brokerage of Black women in Atlanta, just dominating luxury properties and condos and with the clothes, you have your own clothes, everything in one stop. That was the goal. But Quiana said, nope, I ain't doing that with her. Crystal brought it up to her. We'll talk about that. Crystal brings it up to Quiana. Quiana's like, no, I'm doing nothing with her. She showed herself. Then she takes it to other people. She takes it to Tiffany and she takes it to Tiana, how she knows her, but I don't know if I really know her. See, now so we're already starting messy. We're already getting messy. And that was coming from Quiana. So messiness was coming from Quiana. And it just wasn't a good look. It wasn't. And it was an unnecessary look. And all you needed was clarity. Again, a lot of this stuff happened just really in the first 3 episodes. So you don't have to watch that much. There's another part. Because beyond that, Quiana definitely did. She showed property, nice property. not fully staged like you're supposed to be. And I'm saying like that for a reason. Because our girl Tiana showed some property. I was very disappointed. She showed a property that was $2.9 million per home. Beautiful home. But how could you really tell how beautiful that home is if it's not staged? Just as empty. I was shocked. As a real estate agent at one time, which I sold real estate for 5 years, I staged all my homes. Marketed. You want to give it the best opportunity to get the top dollar for your client. And where you're talking about $1 million homes, those are investments. It's not even just an investment for that one home that you're trying to sell at the top dollar. It keeps your clientele coming. And it's that type of clientele that's going to keep coming, especially when they see how well you market. She marketed a home. We're talking about not Tiffany, Tiana. I was kind of disappointed. And she's a luxury agent. And this was a luxury home. And nothing fabulous about the open. I was just shocked. I would have never done that. And that's one thing that Quiana, because she is of excellence, she is the it factor. She commented on that, like, girl, where is everything? Where's the staging? Where's the photos? Where's the professional video? You know, where's the hosting? Where's the champagne glasses? And I was like, yeah, girl, I totally agree. We're not talking about Tiana's day, but I just had to say that because, again, Quiana was showing who she really is. When you talk to her about her business, when it showed her business, she showed up. And Quiana, I'm going to say that's how you should have always showed up. When they expected you to kiki and act a fool, I'm give them a sly eye. That's all you had to give somebody. Be like, girl, we're going to talk about this later. Let's talk about this business right now. But we will have a one-on-one because I was really upset and not pleased. Maybe there was some miscommunication. You do it in a way that's more professional, that does show your decorum and doesn't make you look bad. So the giddy up. Let's talk about the giddy up. Just real quick. When Robin was talking about Crystal, do y'all remember the giddy up? Remember, we've seen all this. Hopefully you guys seen it. And Robin was talking about, you don't know unless you're a mother. You don't know if you don't know what it's like unless you're a parent. Okay. She's talking about Crystal. But because Quiana's not a parent. It's not that she's not a parent. Because she does have bonus children, right? She's married. She hasn't given birth. She jumped in like they talking to her. I'm not a mother. It's the way that is done. Sometimes it's not what you do, but how you do it. And again, you jump in with the rah-rah. You know what the rah-rah is? The fighting words. Walking all up on people, all over the place and stuff like that. And it was just so unnecessary and all upset and mad. And I'm assuming you're doing it for TV because the producers wanted to get something out of you. Therefore, you did. Out of all the women, I didn't really see it out of any of you except for Crystal. Because something's not right. I'm sorry. Something's not right because I didn't even expect that kind of behavior from Kiera, but I'm going to give her a pass and just say because she's young. But not Quiana. So, Quiana, what I am going to say is, I was watching you on Instagram one day, and I just loved your conversation. You're so optimistic. She's so optimistic. Have you guys ever watched her on her lives on Instagram? She's positive. She's showing her properties. She's always fabulous. The girl is just bad. But there were some things even then that were a turn off because she doesn't want to talk about the reality TV issue and her quitting. She doesn't want that on her live. But what she will talk about is how she's, she was asked about ever going back to TV and how she's like, I'm never going back as long as it's all white production. So to me, that's pointing fingers. I'll never go back to TV if it's all white production. I think any production would have done that to you. Any production that doesn't really care about what you show, what you depict, They don't care if it tears you down in any kind of way. They're just about their money and making that show work. If they're not about you, they're going to push whatever you give. They're going to encourage what they want to see. And I'm going to say they can't show what you don't give them. They can't show what you don't give them. I think that was the main thing that I kind of picked up on. Oh, and there was another thing that you were kind of putting your audience down. That wasn't a good look. And I just happened to be a part of your audience that night. And Quiana was saying to her audience how she didn't want to do reality TV or any TV anymore because she didn't want to give haters the opportunity to just sit there and wonder how a black woman can do this and how a black woman can do that and just talk down about her and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself, do you know how many women just want to see you win? They were looking forward to seeing how a bad woman does the doggone thing. And then hear about all these businesses. I didn't know all these businesses you have. You're like a financial guru. What, you have rants and gyms or something? You talk about financial wealth. You talk about financial literacy. You have so much to offer. Plus, you do real estate. You were new to me. She made comments on how she didn't need TV. I already have my own following. I have multiple $1 million businesses. Well, that's good. That's probably why you were asked to be on the platform you were, TV. Because TV taps into millions. And they would have seen you and they would have seen your businesses. And I'm going to say this too. See, when you worked as an individual, the agent, you worked just for Quiana and your family, and that's an I. But that's just not who you are. You're about the enterprise. Quiana's about the enterprise, you guys. She's about the enterprises. And when you're about enterprise, you're about others. You know why? Because you have to employ others. So you should be thinking about others as you're building your businesses and your brands and you're growing. Everything about Quiana says the sky is limitless. There is no limit. Everything about her says what's next. And then you cut yourself off from TV. You cut yourself off from TV. A humongous platform who makes many people millionaires overnight. And I understand you're a millionaire. Maybe you could have been a billionaire. Maybe you could have had more than 5 million, had maybe 100 million. You know, maybe you could have had 10 offices. You don't know who would have been watching you, who might have wanted to team up with you. You just don't know what was going to be coming, what was going to come and what can come from TV. Now, maybe your year was enough. But I just don't think you gave yourself an opportunity. I don't think she gave herself an opportunity to be seen by the right people. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not in your shoes. But maybe a little more time. Everything can be fixed. And when you're an enterprise, it's not just about you. I wonder how your agents felt. I'm sure they were very excited when they knew you were going to be on TV and Watson's Realty, which means they should have been showcased. Somebody should have been shining on them. And I mean, it should have really been taken to a whole different space of TV. And quitting was not necessarily to me the best thing. Change the narrative. Get the other ladies on board and say, you see this mess we did this year, we're not doing it next, or this season, we're not doing it next season. Otherwise, I'm not going to be here. Or even just try to be there and just don't get them what they're looking for. Do everything you can to push you and your brand and the excellence that you bring, that you offer. And definitely don't knock your audience. Because actually a lot of people want to see that show to watch the wins and the winners and the victory, the greatness. the beauty, the luxury. A lot of us are watching to see where we're headed next and how you did it. It might have been more I just think it could have been a lot more business for her. If it's not already. There's still more. People could learn from you on TV. It's just an amazing blessing of a platform to be offered to anybody. And it's unfortunate that you're right, producers, and I'm just saying all producers, because they're just looking at numbers and ratings, would allow you to demean yourselves on TV and not allow you to shine. But I think you have to make yourself shine. I think Karen Huger on Real Housewives Potomac allows herself to shine. And she could be catty. And I love it. Some cattiness is cool. It's fun. Everything can't just be happy. Some things gotta be kept real. But not necessarily the rah-rah. Not necessarily fight. Oh, look at Candace Dillard. She's been demoted. Finally. She's a whole nother topic. So I'm digressing. But she's being promoted because people are getting sick of all this extra and fighting and ignorance and stuff like that. And they don't want to see Black women being portrayed in that way, or any women at this point. I mean, all the shows are like that. But I'm going to speak for Black women because there's so much to offer. And when there's so much excellence there, let's show that. But yeah, let's show it. Let's not quit. Let's go back and give them Quiana. Because I don't know what's going to happen to the show without you. What's going to happen to the show without Quiana? Does anybody agree with that? I'm just curious what other people's thoughts are. Will this show survive? Can Tiana carry the show? Can Kiera carry the show? Can Tiffany carry the show? Can Robin carry the show? Can Crystal carry the show? Crystal. Quiana was the it factor. And she everything about that show was Quiana. Was Quiana. And she quit. I feel like she saw the show, maybe saw the episodes and realized how bad it really did look. Not just her, but just the whole dynamics and what it wasn't representing, and it wasn't giving what any of them expected, or us as viewers. But I believe you had a conversation about it. And I think because of the one conversation you did have, they tried to fix some stuff and throw y'all in there, showing property. Excuse me. It might have been too late for season 1, and it did look thrown together toward by the time they did start doing it. Although again, in between some of the craziness, you guys were showing property, and of course, you showed the baddest property. Yours was presented the best. It really was. But to me, that just gives everybody room to grow, because now everybody's feeding and working off each other, which is why you need to be there. And the world gets to see it, and the world gets to know you. I know you said you already have a platform, but Quiana, I never knew you. I have never seen Quiana in my life. And I've been here a long time. I never seen you. Nope, never seen you until you showed up on TV. And if I never saw you, how many other hundreds of thousands of people and millions had never seen you until TV? And now they're interested. Now they want to know about your other businesses and what else. And she does seminars, or maybe I'll go to her seminar. See, you were gaining hundreds of thousands of people. Maybe you just didn't know it, or maybe you weren't ready for it. I don't know. Because you're talking about doing government contracts, girl. That's still kind of thinking here. When you're on TV, I thought government contracts, me, here. TV, here. I don't think it's too late for you to go back. I think they know you're the star of the show. I don't know how they're going to have a second season without Quiana. I don't think the other girls can carry that show. The reunion was even boring. And the reunion really focused on Crystal and Robin. That's going to be our topic next episode. Crystal and Robin, the friendship that's not a friendship, because Crystal is not a friend. Why didn't Quiana go to the reunion, y'all? Why didn't she go to the reunion? Why? If there was any time to express yourself, if there was any time for her to express herself, that would have been her time. On TV. Not on your Instagram, because everybody doesn't know about your Instagram. Everybody's not go to your Instagram. Although you do have a lot of people. You do. And if people are like, well, I have enough and I'm happy. Okay. I just kind of felt like you were limitless. That's kind of what I get from you, which means you want the masses. Why did you not show up for the reunion? Why you didn't go? I don't understand it. That's not boss-like behavior to me. And I can't say you're not a boss, because you are. But there's some work that still needs to be done, because some of you being a boss is that you, which is probably how you felt, was like, I don't need this. Nobody dictates to me how I'm going to live and rule my life. I'm not sharing my business with anybody. I quit. I'm out. See, that's somebody who doesn't have to worry about where their next dollar is coming from, or if they can continue to survive, because I'm already a boss and I'm already worth millions and I already have very successful businesses, and I've never needed this platform, which keeps me limited. Although you're going to keep striving. I'm just trying to see how to put this, because a boss doesn't no show. We follow through. And I do say we follow through 10 toes down, up in there, and we show up. It's not like anybody's going to be attacking you. And when you made a decision, if she makes a decision to go to the reunion with the decorum that she knows she has, and being that boss that she knows she is, the one who doesn't have to get all riled up because I'm going to stand strong with or without you guys. So I don't even have to go do the back and forth. I'm going to say what I have to say. I'm going to be done with it. But I'm going to do it in a way that's professional and how a successful person does it. I'm going to come and straighten out everything I did that made me look bad so TV can see who I really am. That's, to me, how simple that could have been. You should have really been, Quiana, you should have really been at your reunion. You should have been at your reunion, girl. You should have been there, and you should have just radiated like you do, and you should have just downplayed everything and said, girl, I really still do apologize to you, and to you, and to you, and to you, because we're better, and let's make it happen next season. Let's sell some real estate. Let's see what else we got going on. Get on that platform and do that. Be everything that you are. Don't even hold on. Whatever happened, it's already happened, but it was all fixable. It was all so quick and easily fixed. And then conversations could have happened from the back, because what you need is these other women on board to say, we're not doing that. And I think you would have had Tiffany and Quiana, because they weren't giving that in the first place. They weren't trying to give a whole bunch of raggedy stuff. They were just kind of keeping it real and doing their jobs. And even Robin, because she gave you a little messy, but it was kind of fun messy. It was like, I'm going to throw a rock real quick and I'm going to hide that pebble. I'm going to throw this out here and let y'all do it. And it's up to y'all to do it, because she wasn't going to give it to you. But she's a reactionary. She is. But she's very authentic. I like Robin. But I don't think she can lead the show. And Crystal, she was just giving you something's wrong. I'm sorry. She'll be another topic, because I do want to talk about she and Robin next episode. But with all that being said, I hope there's still an opportunity for you, a chance that Quiana will rethink leaving the show. Have more conversations behind the scene with not only the producers but her castmates, and discuss giving them more $1 Million Listing vibes than Real Housewife Jerry Springer vibes, because y'all can. And then let us share and let us see and let us enjoy Atlanta real estate being sold and delivered, maybe even developed by Black, beautiful entrepreneur women. Bad. Quiana has a right to her opinion and her choices in life. You know, I know she made a comment about I wanted to share. She didn't want to talk about how she couldn't have, how she was having troubles having a child and all that. And this is what she said on Instagram. And I get that. And I just say, why say it then? Why did you do it? See, a lot of that, I feel a lot of self embarrassment, maybe. But so what? Get over it. I wouldn't stay embarrassed. I would just fix it and keep pushing. You're still a boss. A lot of pride. Some pride is not good. That's in the Bible. I'm just telling you. But whether it is or not, some pride will keep you stuck. Working on emotions can destroy you. Working on making decisions by emotions and not giving yourself a chance to breathe and think things through can take you backwards or can keep you stuck. Don't be stuck on pride. There's nothing wrong with it. The power comes with humility. Humbleness. That's power. I don't have to fight. I don't care where I came from. Not today. We're not fighting today. We're going to exchange some powerful words that's going to bring us together in harmony and make things the best so we can be the best because we deserve that. Been there, done that. When I would say, and I heard you, Quiana, say, I'm from the projects. I'm from some North Carolina projects, or whatever. And it is what you get, and I'm not taking that back. Okay, but you're better than that. I'm gonna say Quiana's better than that. Take it back. It's okay. There's power in taking it back. It says I've grown. Yeah. I can go there with you, but I don't. I choose not to anymore because it's so not necessary. I'm telling you, there's power in that. You got to own it. You got to own your power, girl. You got to own your power. I hope you come back. I would love to see Quiana come back. Please leave your comments in the comments section. This is for conversation. Join the Candace Speaks Power community. We're about sunshine. We're about uplifting. Let your light shine. But we keep it real too. We like reality TV. That's all there is to it. I like reality TV, but I have my comments on it. Absolutely. And so do you. This is the place to do it. We're going to do a lot more live streams so you can come on board and we can all talk. I want to see you. Let's talk. Let's have conversation. You just need to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification button. I will be back. Next week, we are going to talk about, now I'm going to give you a time. Still working on a time for you. Might be Friday or Saturday because I'm already working on this with Robin and Kristen. We're going to talk about them next. This is a 3-part series. This is series 1. Quiana, come back. Without you, is there really a second season? Just think about it. Take a breath. Humble yourself. Come back on. Have a conversation with the girls. And y'all come back and sell real estate. sell real estate. All right, you guys. That's it for now. I hope everybody has an amazing day. And I hope to see you back on Candace Speaks Power. Next week, we're going to be talking about Crystal and Robin. Because Crystal ain't nobody's friend. Have a good one.